It is then maintained by your adrenal gland in this zona reticularis section in the cortex. Going to the medullary section, which is a little bit lower, is for short-term stress. Remember, epinephrine, norepinephrine is your, fight or flight. Okay, it'll convert glycogen to glucose so that you can run away if a tiger chases you or something. Okay, convert glycogen to glucose, increase heart rate, blood pressure, dilate the bronchioles, which is in your lungs, affect the blood flow, dilate the pupils so you can see better, loss of appetite, as well as dry mouth. Okay, because you don't want to be eating right now. You need to be running. Pineal gland. Pineal gland is, so here's the pituitary gland, right? Here's the pineal gland. It is behind it. Okay. It is stimulated by pineal gland releases melatonin. So melatonin helps you sleep. Okay. It is stimulated by the amount of light. Okay. So if you don't go outside, if you sit in the office all day and you don't get enough sunlight, your pineal gland will not secrete enough melatonin, and then you will not sleep well. Okay. So it releases more at night and less in the daytime. Okay, because melatonin helps you sleep. Affect appetite and body temperature. Children have higher level of melatonin, okay, which inhibits puberty. So you don't want them to have puberty too early. Their pineal gland is released more younger. Let's see. Gonadal gland. So gonads are your ovaries and testes. Okay. Development of gametes. Gametes are your sex cells. Okay. And sexual characteristics. You have testosterone. Okay. Growth and development of male reproductive structure, muscular enlargement, body hair, voice, and sex drive. In the women, estrogen and progesterone, development of function of the female reproductive structure, enlargement of breasts, distribution of fat, menstrual cycle, and maintain pregnancy. Okay, we're gonna learn these a lot more in the sexual reproductive section. These we'll also learn later. Don't have to worry about it right now. So now we're going to go into the pancreas. Okay. Pancreas. So as we saw earlier, this is the pancreas. Okay. Pancreas helps maintain blood glucose level. Okay. There are all types of cells in here. Usually is released after a meal. Okay. Also helps you when you're done eating. Okay. To help you to kind of halt more food consumption. Okay. Stop you from eating more. So bonus material, the alpha cell, beta cell, delta cell, and all these PP cells, we don't need to know. So the pancreas is important for releasing insulin. You guys remember, you guys kind of know insulin, right? Helps regulate blood sugar. If you have too much in the blood, okay, it will trigger the release of insulin. Main source of energy in many cells, especially the nervous tissues, must always be available at the correct concentration. Cannot be too high or too low. Target the liver. Remember, the liver is where all the glucose are stored as glycogen. Okay, adipose tissue, which is your fat cells, has a lot of energy. Okay, and your skeletal muscle. You live in a state of feast and famine all the time. So either you're feasting, so you eat a lot, okay, and then your body will start storing glycogen, and then once your blood level is like, oh, it's enough, it doesn't just stop, right? Now the body says, oh, I'm in a famine mode, okay, immediately, kind of. So you're either in a feasting state or a famine state, and you have to maintain glucose. Your body will maintain glucose whether you eat or not, okay? Glucagon, okay? Glucagon is another one stimulated by the pancreas. Stimulated when the blood glucose is falling and we need an alternative fuel. So this is when you're famine state, right? So insulin, I don't think we saw insulin. I think insulin, oh yeah, right here. Insulin is when your blood glucose rises. Glucagon is when your blood glucose falls. Okay? You can look at all these, and then insulin will be the opposite. Okay? So let's go with insulin first. Most people know insulin. Okay? When your blood glucose is too high, then you need to start storing it. Okay? Increase uptake of glucose and amino acid. Increase glycolysis. Increase glycogenesis. Okay? Glucose stored as glycogen. Increase lipogenesis, where your glucose is stored as fat. Increase protein synthesis. Decrease the gluconeogenesis and glyconeolysis. Okay, it will decrease all these. When you have glucagon, when you don't have enough glucose, you will have then increase the breakdown of glycogen, okay, which then will turn into sugar. When you have a breakdown of glycogen, it's called glycogenolysis. Lysis means breakdown. Glycogen lysis, okay, glycogenolysis. So breakdown of glycogen into glucose. Increased formation of glucose is gluconeogenesis. And then you breakdown of fat is called lipolysis. So when you have insulin, it's the opposite. Okay? So we are poised, always poised between famine, feast and famine. Okay. Organ with secondary. Okay, we will not be tested on this. Okay, that would be the chapter for endocrine.